Hello and welcome to this weekly psychic forecast for week commencing the 3rd of April 2023. This is our first reading of April. There's spring in the air. It's a very exciting energy. So let's dive on in. We have the overview of the week here. I've got a couple more cards as well to share with you. This is available to the general public on YouTube, Rumble and Odyssey. And then we will go day by day, finishing with a spiritual guidance message at the end. And if you would like to see the day by day and spiritual guidance message, that is for members only. And you can sign up over on Ko-fi, link in the description below. So this week, here are our cards. We have number 7, the Chariot, Archangel Metatron's energy coming in here as well. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. We also have number 1, Love Abounds. I love this card. The big heart. It is all about new beginnings, but big-hearted new beginnings. It's very emotional energy this week. It's very exciting energy. And then we have number 8, Consciousness, Happy Success. So, wow. There's an excited energy of, in some ways, your chicken's coming home to roost, but in a really good way. It's like the thing that you wanted to do or achieve or move forwards is finally moving forwards. You are achieving the things you want to achieve. Success is definitely possible this week. Progress is possible this week. New beginnings and also renewal, I want to say, in this week, or taking the next steps on your journey, the next steps in your relationships, beginning a new relationship when this card shows up as well. This is the Ace of Cups in a traditional tarot deck. This is actually from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, which is a non-traditional tarot deck. Very much talks about emotions. And I wanted to bring this deck in this week because it feels like emotions are very important. Our emotions are leading us, but in a good way, I want to say, not the emotions of reacting to things and being reactionary and petty and getting offended about things. I mean the deep emotions of true understanding and awareness of who we truly are and what we're doing. So, yeah, I'm really loving the energy for this week. It's so hopeful, it's so optimistic. Obviously, Sun is in Aries, so we are charging forwards at the moment, and the Chariot, very appropriate, I think, for this week. But we charge forward with open hearts and we get the success as well. And the success, I feel that we'll see this week, it will be long-lasting. I think achievements we make this week will be long-lasting. This could be the beginning of something that goes on the longer term for you, to the medium to longer term. This isn't necessarily just a one-off that you do a thing and that's it. This feels with this number 8 here, and then I've got number 8 repeated with 7 and 1 here, so I can make another 8 there as well. It feels like we have the opportunity, as long as our heart is in it, to really start something for the longer term, to begin something that will be meaningful for us on the longer term, whether that's in work, in relationships, in your life. You could be starting a new spiritual practice, you could be starting a new hobby, a new business. You could have a business idea within your business and you're like, oh, I'm going to do this now, I'm going to do this new thing. Whatever it is, the energy of something very new, but your heart really loves, that makes your heart sing. That's what I feel this week. That's what you have the opportunity to do this week. And if you're not sure what the thing is yet, that's fine. Play, explore, let your heart lead, because I think your heart already knows, but it could just be that there's a disconnect between the heart and mind. It could be that your mind isn't listening or doesn't want to listen because ego jumps in and says, oh no, we can't do that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course I'd love to do that, but no, we can't do that. I want you to put the, oh no, we can't do that to one side this week. And I've got a couple more cards from the one of my dragon oracles here. This is the Star Dragons Oracle. We have 3, Transformation, Defining Yourself. And we have 19, Independence, Carving Your Own Path. So there's a real energy here of knowing yourself. Know thyself. I think there's an opportunity to really get to know yourself this week, to know yourself on a deeper level. Understand yourself on a deeper level. And that doesn't just mean intellectually, although it might be. You might be in counselling, you might be paying attention to your mind, really searching within yourself to understand yourself better. But it could also be understanding just who you truly are, but on a deeper level, I want to say. And that could come through your spiritual practice or through meditation, through yoga, through mindfulness, for example. And I will just mention, these cards are very relevant for me this week as well. I can feel it. You know, I'm recording this on Sunday, the 2nd of April, so the week hasn't started yet, technically. But I can feel it because I just completed a mindfulness meditation teacher training, which was wonderful. So, yeah, and it all happened in perfect timing, so fast. You know, I always say the universe loves speed. When it's meant to happen, it happens super fast. And I'm really loving these cards, encouraging us to love ourselves and know ourselves. Define who you truly are. You can be who you want, not who you think you should be, or who your parents told you should be, society told you should be, somebody on the internet told you should be. Okay? There's always going to be someone who criticizes you. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be somebody who doesn't agree with what you're doing. It doesn't matter. Okay. So independence, carving your own path. I really love this. It is very much about self-sovereignty. There's great power. Let me look at these two cards. There's great power and strength that comes through here. I think we are capable of so much, but it's not just achievement, because it feels like transformational achievement. It feels like the things that we do and achieve this week actually mean something. Yeah, they're going to mean something. Not everything's going to be huge, but it will be meaningful. I think there will be some very, very meaningful insights, I want to say, this week. So let's get the Spirit Oracle out, see what they've got to add to this. I'm really excited. This week's energy looks fab. It's going to be fantastic. I'm excited. I mean, obviously, you can never guarantee it's going to be 100% positive, because life never is 100% positive. That's kind of not the point. But it is very powerful. It is very hopeful, I want to say. So there's really good things going to come out of this week, and that's just on the personal level. Of course, that will be mirrored on the international scale, you know, in governments, in people in power, on the macro level, you know, on the world stage. I think some new beginnings, some hopeful new beginnings, people taking back their power more and more and realizing just how powerful they are, defining themselves. So there could be a state or a country breaking away from another one. It could be people, I mean, we've already got people standing up to politicians saying no to them, to the people who call themselves in power or authority. But I think there's something a little bit more going on here. It's something almost revolutionary, I want to say. That this energy is almost revolutionary. It's very, very interesting. So let's bring in the Spirit Oracle here. Okay. What does love mean to you on number 8? So again, there's this number 8. So it is about the longer term. It is about what we want our life to look like on the longer term. What do we want? What do we need for our success to be happy? Because true success is about being happy, about being joyful. It's not about earning money or getting accolades or certificates or letters after your name. That's not necessarily what success looks like for everyone. That's a very short-sighted view of success. It can take many forms. And with this card as well, you can replace the word love with anything. What does love mean to you? But you could fill in the word love. You could say anything there. What does achievement mean to you? What does success mean to you? What does transformation mean to you? What does independence mean to you? So it's very much, I think, a week for redefining how we view the world, how we understand the world. A real look at how we view the world and how we view ourselves in it as well. I think it's such a fascinating energy. It's almost like all bets are off this week. We have the opportunity to redefine everything, to throw the book out of the window, throw the rule book out of the window and build something completely new, but in our own image and coming from the heart. But the true heart, not fickleness, not attraction, in the sense of maybe sexual attraction or just something we fancy in that moment, but the deeper, higher levels of the higher heart, I would say. So, cosmic alignment. Yeah, this week's astrology is going to be interesting. As you guys know, I always say I'm not an astrologer. Have a look at your astrology this week. I think it's going to be interesting. And on that note, I am going to bring in the astrology dice because I feel like they want to come out to play. I'm being very careful with them. So I just did my nails and I don't want to bash them. I'm trying to be really careful with them so they don't end up looking ridiculous. Right, let's What else do we have here? So cosmic alignment, very magical feel coming from that, but it is about carving our own path. And I think the star seeds in particular are going to be feeling it this week, because there is intervention coming in from other planetary beings. So what do we have here? We have Mercury, we have Capricorn, and we have the 7th house. So this is interesting because we have Mercury, which is obviously communication, it's speed, it's very fast. It can be computers, IT, but also, you know, learning new things, education. And then Capricorn, who's much more sedate, a much slower energy, whereas Mercury can be quite innovative. Capricorn is kind of where we get real. This is from more traditional energy. It's also work and career and money and finance. You know, Capricorn's very good with money. All the accountants I know, they're all Capricorns. Seriously, it's insane. But more traditional values with that as well. They have caution here. And it's like the mind wants to charge forwards, and we have the caution of Capricorn here as well. So, but also, I feel it could be the theme of work. It could be the innovator from Mercury coming in the theme of work and career and money. And 7th house, the house of relationships. But all relationships, you know, not just romantic relationships. It could be redefining your relationship with work, redefining your relationship with money, redefining your relationship with the traditions of the country you come from, the traditions of your society, of your religion, perhaps of your family. And again, it's this energy of transformation that we have here. Very exciting. And I love how we've got the number 7 repeating there as well. So that 7, the number of a mystic in numerology, which is very, very spiritual. Seeing things from a higher standpoint, seeing things from the mystical standpoint, the spiritual standpoint, seeing some real soul searching here, I think, this week. It's exciting, very, very interesting. A very deep week, I think. And even if we don't have the immediate success this week, even if we don't have the immediate answers about what the changes are we want to make, perhaps, or even don't even know what the changes are, I think it will be this week that's the catalyst for them, even if we don't see it immediately. Kundalini rising. Oh, okay. Well, that's going to throw all the rule books out if we've got a Kundalini rising happening. So yeah, there could literally be some spiritual psychic advancement happening for some people this week. Realizations, awakenings, which are always very, very exciting, can make you feel a little bit crazy, but can make you act in ways that would make other people around you say, what on earth are you doing? Have you gone mad? No, actually, I've just woken up. I'm not mad anymore. I was mad before. I'm sane now. So exciting energy. It's transformational. It's kind of all bets are off with that 16, which is Tower energy. Tower, the tarot card of the Tower, for example. Which is literally, we're going to throw you out the window and see what happens. It also reminds me of the story of, there's a Buddhist story of a Buddhist teacher who one of his students wanted to reach enlightenment, and he threw him out the window. And became enlightened in that moment because he got it. I don't advocate that we throw people out of windows, and it is a story, possibly metaphorical, but it was so unexpected. That the man became enlightened, and it always makes me giggle, that one. Always makes me giggle. The universe can kind of throw you out of a window to wake you up. So, looking at our romance and relationships cards here. Right. So work, love, family, spirituality, balance on 36-9. And balance is so important. And like you guys know, I'm always saying, work-life balance is an unfair concept. So, because how do you balance 5 and 2? Well, you can't. But you can balance all of these other things. Okay, so there is a need here to balance all of the aspects of our life, and that could be where this new lifestyle comes in, perhaps where this new way of working, this new way of living comes in, where we are truly in balance. All of the aspects of self, all of our relationships come better into balance, are more... I was going to say balanced again, more equilibrium between them. So we have enough time for all of them. It's not just work, 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 work. I've got 10 minutes. Oh my goodness, I've got to have to do all of these other things. I've got to spend time with my family and with my partner, and I'm going to see my parents at some point. I'm going to do my spiritual practice, and I need to go to the gym. And how am I going to do all of these things? You know, it's No, it just doesn't work. It's the new lifestyle. A new lifestyle is needed. I think we all know it. People are sort of experimenting with things like the 4-day working week, and I don't know that's necessarily the right solution, but it just shows that people are trying to do something because they sense it, they feel it, they know something has to shift, something has to change. And that is completely normal because that's the age of Aquarius that we're moving into. And then wisdom and experience over here on 44-8, so another 8 coming in, that eternal 8. But 8 is also great success and great financial fortune as well. I want to bring Maneki Neko in here. You guys know I love Maneki Neko. I'm going to bring this one in because he's lovely. He wants to come in today. But a very grounded energy that we're in right now in 44. So there's 2 4s. I think we're grounded in our wisdom experience. You know, we've been there, done that. We've tried doing it the old-fashioned way. We understand what that means. We understand what it looks like. We know what we're doing there. But actually we want something new now. We want to change. We want to grow. We want to innovate. Perhaps we are unexpectedly awakened and suddenly realise we want to make changes. But we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, I want to say on 44. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because your past experience, in a way, it is your grounding, it is your foundation, because it's what you already know. It's what you know experientially, it's your knowledge, it's your wisdom, and you can look at it and say, well, that didn't work, so I'm going to try this. Okay, you're not completely green. There are things that you know. There are things that you can already do. So work with what you already know and innovate from there. You don't have to completely reinvent the wheel here, unless you really want to. I mean, Mercury is capable of anything. So who knows? Let's have a look at money for the week as well. Okay, so money oracle. Let's take a look here. What does Maneki Neko want for us? I want to take this one off the bottom, actually. Gifts of time and money. Yes. 55-10, 10-1. Make it happen on 46-10-1. So 10's coming in here now. Okay, right. Shares and sharing on 14-5. Oh, I like it. Okay. Yeah, it feels like a new pyramid of needs. The pyramid of needs. I'm studying cat behaviour at the moment, and one of the things we study is the what's it called, the pyramid of needs? I forget the proper name for it, but basically the things that an animal needs to be okay. So it needs food, it needs water, it needs shelter, it needs safety, you know, and different things have different levels of importance, which is why it's in a pyramid. And I feel that there's a new pyramid coming in for our needs, if that makes sense. We're going to start seeing things really differently this week. Actually, I don't need that. Maybe I don't need the gym membership. Maybe I'm more interested in growing my own garden and doing my exercise that way. You know, maybe that doesn't interest me anymore. And it does feel like it's connected to work, career, money. So it is going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But gifts of time and money. I want to say, yes, possibly finances coming in, possibly, you know, gifts, inheritance, literally coming in for some people, but the universe gifting you time, gifting you money so that you can achieve that balance, that better balance. It does feel like we are being supported, being helped here in our own transformation. As long as we're prepared to take the steps, the universe will support us, is what I want to say, because we've got 2 10s at the bottom here, 55-10-1 and 46-10-1. So that's very much change and transformation. Shares and sharing. And yes, there is this reminder here that the most important thing is that we take care of each other. Okay, no man is an island, as we know, but on a deeper level than that, we're all one. And that is the ultimate truth. The cosmic truth is that we are all one. There is no separation. It just looks like there is. That's why we're in this realm, to experience what it would be like, you know, if we were all separate from each other, if we were these individual distinct entities. Okay, we're not. We're just all one, just having the experience as being distinct entities, which is some fun sometimes and crap other times. You know, it is what it is. But we must remember that if we want to have balance in our life, if we want to achieve this balance, we can't just think about ourselves. We have to think about others as well, and we have to take care of each other. And I like how I've put the cards out here in kind of like this pyramid shape. So it feels like the triangle or the pyramid shape is going to be showing up this week as well, because that wasn't intentional on my part. That's just kind of how they came out. And like you guys know, I always say I don't have a particular spread for readings because I read intuitively and the cards come out as they come out. Okay. So this week looking interesting. I would be very interested to hear from you about how your week actually goes yeah, changes on the world stage, look out for those. Changes in your own life, in people around you. Kundalini rising, look out for inspiration hitting you. Look out for information coming through from your guides. Light bulb moments when it comes to, you know, the meaning of life and how you live your life. Very, very dynamic energy this week, and one that we can do a lot with. We can really, really capitalize on. So next we are going to move to the days of the week for members only over on Ko-fi. The link will be below. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, please do come and join me over on Ko-fi. It costs less than a coffee every week. So please do come along, and I will see you on Monday for Monday's cards.